This Atlanta rapper just got sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 75 years.
Ladies and gentlemen,
for activities he chose to do after his fame and money ran out.
Did he just say 2 life sentences and another 75 years?
FBI, open up!
Oh my God.
Spoiler, it's not murder. And a lot of us know who Cashout is from that one particular hit. Got a condo, her marriage, Carol, I'm cashing out. That was my jam. That was probably your jam too.
Okay.
After this hit and maybe Flood the Streets, I didn't hear much else from Cashout. I'm not disrespecting him. He's probably somebody's favorite rapper. I didn't hear much else from him after those 2 hits.
Yeah.
And it looks like the money dried up, the fame dried up.
Yeah.
And he resorted to what a lot of dudes do when they don't have a viable means of making an income.
Selling drugs.
They start pimping. But in the case of Cashout, his situation was a little...
That nigga start pimping. Damn.
A bit more unique because he started his pimping operation with his mama. They both ran the operation and trafficked women, apparently. The operation eventually came to an end and a halt in 2023 when those women cooperating with the police accused Cashout and his mama of trafficking them, raping them, and violating them in multiple ways.
The trial for the Atlanta-based rapper Cashout is expected to begin. His real name is John Gibson. He was indicted in 2023 on several charges, including sex trafficking and luring women into prostitution. 4 others also charged in this case. They're accused of forming Pyrez music group.
Every time, how is it this much crazy shit going on in the world? Every day I wake up, it's some crazy off the wall, just out of the box type shit going on.
LLC, but then using the company to recruit and entice women to engage in commercial activity.
The charges as is were already serious, but they made it super serious when they added a RICO. They are accusing Cashout of leading a criminal enterprise ran by himself, his mama, and his cousin Tyrone Taylor, aka Ruski, and others. The operation ran from 2013 to 2017, and they would accuse Cashout of essentially being like the leader, and they would utilize the music opportunities that came from working with Cashout to essentially recruit their victims. They would claim that the organization committed trafficking, rape, aggravated sodomy, aggravated strangulation or deadly weapon, false imprisonment, possession of a firearm during a felony, etc., all in furtherance of Cashout to enrich Cashout. And because he's the leader, he took a bulk of this and he got the most serious of the punishment. Pimping as is deplorable. I don't care what y'all say. I think it's disgusting that grown men who don't know how to make a viable income, make an income off of pushing degeneracy. Go get a job, homie. Like, go get a job, bruh. The factory is hiring.
No cap.
Construction is hiring, bruh.
No cap.
You sit on your behind and apparently whoop on and violate women and make them go out and earn you an income.
Yeah, that's some weird. I always feel like that was weird.
What he's been accused of in terms of exactly how he went about his pimping operation to recruit victims is one of the nastiest, most heinous things I've ever heard. Pimping.
But I'm gonna pause right now though, gang. 2 life sentences plus 77 years and nobody passed away is fucking insane, bro. Do you know how many police that kill people? How many murder? I've watched, bro. We 2,000 reactions in on this channel, boy. 2,000 reactions in on this channel and my second channel, bro. We've reacted to 2,000 plus videos, and some videos got deleted, so we ain't even gonna count them. And I've sat here and watched people murder people, kill kids and shit, and get 12 years, 15 years, 13 years, 8 years, 10 years, 22 years. I seen people really smoke people, gang. I seen a nigga go in a school and blick a classmate down and unalive that little boy. Folks got like 18 years, bro. And you gonna tell me, he got 2 life sentences and 77 years for pimping? Even Young Thug got out and there's people dead in his case. What the fuck y'all got going on?
Consensually is one thing. If a chick wants
now, I ain't saying he ain't bogus, but damn.
Choose up and give you, I guess, the power to control her life, and she wants to go out and work for 16 hours and come home and give you all her money while you've been home all day playing the PlayStation, that's on her and that's on you. It's still horrible. It's still disgusting. You should probably go to jail for it, but that's on y'all. That's on y'all. But what Cashout was doing, I don't think anybody can defend it. because this is gross. One woman testified during the June 2025 trial that she met Cashout at a gas station.
I want to put y'all on to some of the easiest money you'll ever make in your life. Freecash.com is a website that allows you to literally get paid hundreds of dollars just for playing video games on your phone. All you need is an email and a password. Follow the directions on each of the campaigns and you can earn at least $100. My personal favorite game to play was Sunrise Island, and when I clicked on it, they had a $370 bonus. I got $370 just for playing a video game on my phone. On average, it only takes about 17 minutes for most people to start earning money on freecash.com. So if you need some free, easy, extra money, go to freecash.com, click the QR code right here, or go in the description below and start getting that bag. You did?
On Old National Highway while going through a tough time with no place to stay. He offered to help her make money, but instead, he took her to a house in Hateville where she couldn't leave, and then he allegedly raped her and explained she had to perform acts for clients to earn her keep and food. She described being trapped and only fed if she generated income for him.
Damn.
Other victims, not named publicly, reported similar patterns of recruitment, isolation, essay violence, and exploitation tying into RICO conspiracy. This man was literally going to the local highway.
That's crazy.
Find homeless.
You can see, especially at a gas station. You know, you pull up to the gas station, you can kind of see when people like strung out on drugs, or you know what I'm saying though.
Homeless chicks offering them a place to stay and then letting them know, hey, bro, if you want to eat, you got to gargle semen till noon. This is not, son. And it wasn't just Cashout. They had text messages from like 8 different phones. They had coordination. They actually ran a really organized operation.
That's crazy,
on how to recruit and how to make the women earn income.
Right.
All of this would have been avoided, bro, if honestly, you would have probably just treated them better. Right. Like, yo, if these chicks at some point were willing to sign up for it, you could have probably gotten away with this, to be honest, by just treating them better.
You ain't lying.
But you essentially get these chicks, they're bringing you all your income, and then you treat them like filth.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Don't work out. Of course they're going to turn on you, right? Right, because this is pretty rare, to be honest. Like, most women of the nights, most 304s don't turn on a pimp.
Right.
You turn on a gorilla pimp. A pimp who's just, bro, he just rolling with an iron fist, treating you like you an object.
Yeah, and that's what I want to say. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like, especially pimping you, this kind of weird. But if Shorty was going to be selling that ass anyway, and she wants you to pimp her, that's cool. But why you got to be beating the shit out of her and doing all this weird type shit? Why you can't just do it regular? Like, you know what I'm saying, though? Like, I ain't saying it's a right way to, you feel me? But I'm just saying, like, damn, fool, you got to go all the way crazy like that with him? Damn.
Bruh. Entire case is freaky and nasty, bro. Look at count 12.
Count 12, where's that?
What does this mean? Aggravated sodomy, right? Apparently between January 11th of 2019 and January 12th of 2019, the exact date being unknown by the grand jury. Now, they're saying that Cashout did unlawfully and with force perform a sexual act involving accused male sex organs in the mouth of Jordan Adams against the will of the said Jordan Adams by placing accused sex organs into and upon the mouth of said Jordan Adams. This man forced the bed to eat the dude's butt? What type? Yo, this level of degeneracy deserves life in prison. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, homie. Any man who partaken in behavior like this, you deserve life in prison. There's only 2 options here. You're either outrageously broke to the point where you are willing to force a bit to eat somebody's butt so you can get $1, man. And whoever is paying for that, bro, you are a nasty fella. Or you're just a freak. Yo, you have just reached levels of degeneracy. You're just super freaked out to where we can't even trust you to come back in society. Somebody that freaked out who's doing that for gratification, I don't know what you'll do. I don't trust what you will do.
But that's why that's the main reason why the pimping and all that shit is weird. they gonna try to make it seem like, yeah, I'm pimping, I'm really like that, man. I'm out here pimping, cat. They gonna try to make it sound real cool, but nigga, you was weird. Do you know the type of men that pay hookers to? It's like, bro, them is the Motel 6, Modelo drinking, ain't washed their ass in 14 days. Them type of niggas, man.
Now, the judge apparently thought so too. All right? Because Cashout and his co-conspirators got probably the most lengthy sentences I think I've ever seen in a trafficking case, like involving pimping.
Right.
So Cashout got 2 life sentences.
That's crazy.
Plus 75 years.
That's crazy.
His cousin got 2 life sentences plus 94 years. Yo,
what does mama get?
You were doing something freakier than what they have accused Cashout of doing, bruh, then I don't know.
Now remember though, this is why I call some type of something else going on. I don't know. It's something we don't know about. Because Diddy is accused of far more shit. Far more. You see what I'm saying? And again, I've seen murders. People who got convicted felonies, one supposed to have a gun charges, kill somebody with a switch, shot their mama, hit a baby, ran into a tree, all type of shit. Motherfucker get 20, 30 years. These motherfuckers got 2 life sentences and 94 years? It's crazy. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's crazy, twin. Now, I'm not saying they don't deserve no prison time. If you would have gave them 20, 30, I would have been like, okay, damn, but you feel me, whatever. 2 life sentences and 94 years? Gang. And it don't even sound like nobody really got, like, I ain't saying what they did. I'm not trying to diminish how weird they shit was. This is top tier weirdism, okay? I am not trying to say that it is not weird at all, okay? I'm not trying to minimize it or nothing. All I'm saying is that I've literally watched people kill somebody on camera with a switch and get 25 years. 25 to life. Now, if they would have got 25 to life, y'all wouldn't be hearing me saying nothing. But this is insane.
I don't even want to know what you did, my boy.
Damn.
Now, his mama with the BBL, she's 50 plus years old, probably 60 years old, with a newly fresh BBL. She got 30 years.
That's Atlanta for you, though. Atlanta is the only city where you can go in the hood right now and you will see a multitude of 40, 35, 40, 50, even 60, 70-year-old people selling drugs, riding around in Hellcats, still kicking it at the club, got a bust down diamond chain on, 16 hoes. Like, Atlanta is a crazy place. So this I'm not surprised about.
Prison. Cashout got an opportunity to speak in court, and Cashout took the opportunity to address his court and to proclaim his innocence. Cashout claims that they're lying on him, that he was lied on, that those women ain't endure what they was in court crying about enduring, and that they are spiteful, and that this is all a conspiracy against them.
I think it might be some extra shit going on. Like, maybe he smashed the judge's wife or something. I don't know, but it seemed like some extra shit going on.
Good morning today, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I want to start out by thanking you for giving us a fair trial.
Big mistake, bruh. Big mistake, bruh.
Big mistake.
You went into that courtroom and told them folks, thank you for giving me a fair and just trial. Big mistake, bruh. The majority of cases...
Now it's on record that you think it was fair. Now, if you try to appeal it, they got evidence that say, no, even he said it was fair.
Cases that are overturned based on minute details.
Right.
All right? Based on justice not being carried out.
Right.
So if you're someone who's trying to appeal, like the chances are that you go to court and you appeal on, hey, bro, my rights were violated. The courts did this wrong and this wrong and this wrong and violated my rights.
Okay?
That's over with. You already said it was a fair trial.
I want to thank the jurors for the amount of time that they put in to judge this trial. This time being on this trial, I was able to see how the jurors are put in a tough position to, you know, sit there and judge someone's life, you know.
He's tweaking.
And
look at the security. Look at the security guard in the back. Look at folks.
And, you know, it's a hard decision, and I felt like they made the wrong judgment. I've done things in my life. I'm not perfect. But the things I've been accused of, I know that I haven't done those things. I know it's typical for a person to come up here and, you know, show remorse to, you know, crimes that they have done, but I can only show remorse to the people that I know that was in this trial, which is Kiara Adams, Deanna Sanders, and Jasmine Brown. Not remorse on behalf of like I did anything to them, because if you know me, and people who really know me know that I wouldn't force anybody to do anything.
That's another thing too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers will spend something real easy, boy. You know what I'm saying? Because if he pulled up to the gas station and he seen a girl who was homeless, and he said, "Yeah, I got some ways you can make some money." Like, how do you get trapped? Trapped in a house sounds like it's bars on the gate. You know what I'm saying? He locking you in the basement. He got 6 chains on you. You know, he handcuffing you. He putting a gun in your head. He telling you to suck Dino so you can get some. That's what that sound like. If he take you to a house and he got you sucking Dino for money, and he ain't got you locked up with chains on you, he ain't got barbed wires on the goddamn outside the gate at the door and all that type shit. Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to tell, for somebody to tell me that you forced. You know what I'm saying? I don't think much of it was forced. I think he was on some weird pimp type shit, but I also think that these girls kind of knew what they was doing. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that this is what happened. I'll just say it's a chance. You feel me? Because one thing I know for sure is that a crazy person and a normal person will never get along. You see what I'm saying? The only time a crazy person is going to get along with somebody is if the other fucking person is crazy too. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way. You see what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10. So it's like, if you got these, you've been sucking Dinos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They said this case lasted for like 8 years or some shit, 7 years, 2012 to 2019 or something like that, which is when he was supposed to be pimping. If you've been sucking Dinos for money for 7 years, you ain't told nobody, you ain't ran away, you ain't left the house, none of that. I ain't saying it's right. I ain't saying he ain't might not have beat you up or nothing like that. But I'm not hearing nothing that say that, you know, they deserve 2 life sentences and 95 years though. Like, what the fuck?
I met women, I dated women who,
I'm sorry, bro,
doing escort or whatever, however people want to look at it from a moral standpoint, but who was doing these things as a grown woman. I've only dealt with grown women.
This man sat in them folks' courtroom and told them, I was a pimp. I pimped a lot of escorts.
But they wanted to be pimped.
They agreed to doing it. So I ain't do nothing wrong. Oh, nah, son. Yo, you asking for 200 years, yo. You beg for that 2 life sentence, homie. Yo,
no, I don't agree with that, bro.
I can't express no remorse right now.
I don't agree with that. Hey, Your Honor, I was pimping, but they knew they was getting pimped. You know what I'm saying? When you hear trafficked and all that shit, it sounds like some extra shit. That's like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think it was as much extra shit as they trying to put on it. That's all I'm saying. I don't think he had a gun to girls' heads and had them on chains and locked up with, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's what was going on, folks. I don't think that y'all let R. Kelly roam free for I don't know how long, and he had a video pissing on a young, like, come on, gang, what we talking about? He just got locked up not too long ago. And I don't even think he got this much goddamn years. Shit.
Because they allow me to be their pimp. Huh? Bro, pimping is still illegal, homie.
But it's not worth
even
a
if
life
you believe,
sentence,
hey,
though.
bro, I ain't do the other stuff they accuse me of doing. You still come to court and you express remorse for the pimping. But when you tell this judge, who's a woman, by the way, who's looking at you.
Even R. Kelly only got 20 years, bro. Come on, bro. Even R. Kelly only got 20 years, bro. Racketeering, sex trafficking convictions. This is the same thing they saying he did. And he had 20 years for enticing minors for freaky and child freaky videos. And they're being ran concurrent, which means he only has about 30 years, 20 to 30 years. He's being released in December 2045. Not 2 life sentences, bro. Not 2 life sentences, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Do nothing wrong.
He got the same charges.
Well, hey, go ahead and do these life sentences.
Nothing was forced. Nothing was coerced or anything of that nature. If you notice before this trial, no woman can say anything about that, about me before this trial. If you notice before this indictment, no woman can say anything about me before this indictment. I get the situations that people are put in when they're faced with a certain type of crime or a certain type of time, and they're bullied into this situation to put the blame on someone, or to put the blame on Cashout, or to put the blame on someone who's at the top. That's why I didn't really fault them for their decision. I didn't fault Deanna Sanders for making her decision during a proffer. She just had a child. Mind you, she was just on video call with me while being incarcerated. I don't fault Kiera Adams for doing the things she did with her proffer, because mind you, she was facing a certain amount of time handling her probation in different cases that she's on. I don't fault people for making accusations, because I'm a man that typically let women leave on their own behalf. Never held them in prison or held them in slavery or said, you can't leave me, or you can't do this. Every woman you seen come on this stand showed you that they left and came back willingly on their own. What I mean by that, they left on their own and they came back willingly on their own. During this trial, I was able to see, how valuable life is and how valuable the people that you hang around, or the people.
He talking about that bullshit now.
Truthful in that stand, because
he just sodomy was taking place, bro. Where was God at, man? When you had a woman lips put on an anus? Nah, homie. Nah, keep God out of this, bro. Y'all too freaked out for God, homie. But hey, y'all let me know. Do y'all think he's innocent?
Let's see what the comments say. 2 life sentences plus 70 years and nobody died is crazy work. That's what I said. Pimping with your mama is wild work. He diddy with no money. The judge ain't going for that pimp talk. People clowning him for doing it with his mom. Should really be clowning her for failing. I agree with that. Got a condo on my wrist. He could have just put them on OF, but for real though. I ain't gonna lie. He could have just legally put them on OF, been their manager, and legally did it just like that. No, his lawyers really got up there and let him say all that bullshit. Is crazy. The sentence is unfair. It's way over the top. It had to be black judge issuing time that doesn't fit the punishment overkill. I agree with that. And of course, they saying black men stay crying and shit. But it's like, I don't know. 2 life sentences is crazy, bro. I'm sorry, gang. Like I said, I've seen people who killed. I've seen even the person who stabbed Tory Lanez. Unalived, man, he didn't, man. I
I ain't saying he ain't do no weird shit. Give him 25, 30 years though, bro. 2 life sentences plus 95 is crazy.